Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we were about to do the Order of the Godclaw / Knights of the Sunrise Sword Gargoyle fight. It is an intense fight. What I've decided to do, because I don't think we're going to do it on our first attempt, is we are going to do the initial part of the fight where we talk to Regill and he tells us to get prepared and everything like that, and then the Gargoyle show up behind us. At that point, we're going to do a jump cut to whichever attempt was successful, because it's not going to be the first one, probably. It's going to come down to rolls, and our rolls are atrociously bad, so we're going to have to rely on a little bit of luck. There's a lot of gargoyles in this fight that we have to take care of, and enough bad rolls and we'll just get overwhelmed. You might notice my voice also sounds a little bit raw today. I went to do a voice acting class today. I have another one tomorrow as well, but just to see what it's like to work in a studio and work with like professional equipment and get some coaching and everything like that. It was so much fun. It was such a good time. They really push the edge of your range and your volume, especially because I tend to talk at like a normal cadence, right? Or not cadence, but a normal volume level. But in the studio, they want you to project more forcefully. They want you to really get into your character and really like embody what you're trying to say. And so inevitably you have to speak louder and louder to try and project that across. And my throat's a little bit sore from it, honestly. It was intense, but it was a lot of fun. So we'll get started here, and then we'll do a jump cut. Let's talk to Regill.
Knight Commander, I presume. Your glory precedes you. I am Regill de Reg, Paralictor of the Order of the Godclaw, and temporary officer of the joint unit of Hell Knights and the Order of the Sunrise Sword. You and your people should take positions. The Gargoyles are regrouping. We expect they will attempt to break through in 5 to 6 minutes.
The moment you step across the threshold, you're targeted with pale yellow eyes. A gnome with considerable gray in his hair, dressed in black armor, lowers his head slightly.
A Paralictor indeed. Impressive.
Are you in command of this unit? Oh, no? Then step aside and let me discuss the matter with the commander.
The gnome interrupts Darren confidently. Joint unit?
Forcibly joined. The leader of the Order of the Sunrise Sword was unable to get to safety, which is not surprising, considering his, shall we say, excessive scrupulousness and sluggishness. Given the extreme situation, I took command of his people.
Regill speaks with military precision and economy.
Just great. Paladins and Hell Knights all in the one troop. It's like catching the plague and the pox at the same time.
Technically speaking, there isn't much in common between these events. While Paladins may truly not be frequent members of Hell Knight orders, except for the Order of the Godclaw, of course, the probability of contracting both plague and the pox is not all that low. One would simply have to engage in debauchery during an epidemic.
My favorite pastime.
Aw, Nenio, you're no fun.
Woljif chuckles and sticks his tongue out at Nenio.
It's supposed to be good when different people unite. We're here for a common cause. But it still gives me the creeps for some reason. Hell Knights shouldn't be allowed to get their claws into our paladins. It's wrong.
I saw you ordered your own wounded to be finished off.
Indeed. The Gargoyles were clearly trying to capture as many prisoners as they could. I don't know the reason behind these abductions, but I'm not about to give the enemy what they want. That is why all my people were ordered not to be taken alive. And as for the wounded, we didn't have time to get them to safety anyway.
Regill's answer is dry, almost disinterested.
Can you hear yourself? For the sake of principle, in order not to give the enemy what they want, you killed your own wounded. Helpless subordinates. Why does anyone still follow you?
Because we are Hell Knights. We know our duty.
What charming people. Those fellows in black make Holrun look like a sweet old soul by comparison.
Did you really give just 2 flasks of water to the Knights of the Sunrise Sword, suffering from thirst, and a sack to use as bandages? Standing behind his commander, Yacker rolls his eyes.
I spared them the exact volume of resources I could sacrifice without risking my own people. However, the situation has developed, and I've already ordered they be given additional supplies. They are temporarily under my charge, and I can use their forces to rebuff the attack. they'll work for their water.
Regill raises his voice and speaks emphatically, ignoring a whisper coming from a group of Knights of the Sunrise Sword. He seems to be reiterating his position for their benefit. Sometimes you must act first and deal with the consequences later. Sacrifice nothing, and you will gain nothing.
Noble Ashes and his Sunrise Swords have already done so. This is what it led to.
Regill's harsh words cause a whisper among the knights in white and yellow. We need to get rid of the gargoyles, and then we'll talk.
Agreed. Be ready, Commander. This attack may be worse than the last one.
Alright, and this is actually where we're gonna do the jump cut, because the first two gargoyles come in and the fight starts. We're gonna cut the video here, and then we'll just do whichever one is the most successful attempt. It's time for attempt number 4. We did okay on the first 3 attempts. We got really unlucky with some rolls. Really important rolls, too.
Right, Commander. Are you in command of this unit?
We're just gonna quickly go through this. For some reason, my space bar's not working.
I spared...
Alright. So I put grease up prior to the fight, which I realized was kind of pointless because these guys fly. They are utterly immune to that. And we already lost an ally. Also, our ally's AI is the worst I've ever seen in a game. I have seen, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 AI is golden compared to the AI in this game, sometimes. I'm not even kidding. You might be like, that's impossible. That game is like 20 years old or something. I don't remember when it comes out. Like 20 years ago? Something like that. How can the AI possibly be better in that game? Well, I watched a Hell Knight. The setup was... Let's pretend that this was the setup. I think it was slightly different, though. Let's assume the Hell Knight was here. He walked through AOs, 2 of them, to reach a gargoyle up here. Couldn't attack because that was the end of his movement, right? And then the next turn, he didn't attack. He turned around, got AO'd, walked through, and got AO'd by this one too, to like here, and then also didn't attack because he was out of movement again. I was like, you had a plan. You were gonna go attack this one. Fine. You took some AOs, these things happen. But then why did you leave? I don't understand. I honestly cannot for the life of me understand what his purpose was doing in that, or what his purpose was to do that. We're taking a lot more damage this time. This is already a worse attempt than the 3rd attempt, and we were very close to winning on that one. Yacker is so good when he has his Smite Evil up, and when he doesn't, he is 100% worthless. Now, no matter what happens, the Sunrise Archers are utterly worthless, and so are the Armiger Archers. They hit on 20s, and when they roll a 20, they still hit for 0. They're painfully bad at this fight. I honestly don't know what their purpose is. Woljif is already down. This is... Well, that one just killed itself. That's kind of nice. Alright, maybe we can heal Woljif. Let's move our Darren up here. And we'll try and get our Rogue up next turn. Well, she hit once. We hit twice. There we go. This is less good. This whole setup here. Last time we had a better setup for this. It's fine. We'll be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. It's only smite good on a lot of people. Interesting that Gargoyle screwed up its movement and didn't do anything. Just the worst. The archers are just bad. Like, there's no redeeming qualities in them at all. You start taking down the cleric. It's nice of them to move through us. Let's get hit. We made our will save against the hold person spell, which is good. Should really just do Freewear's Bane. That was actually really nice. That was the luckiest attack I've ever had in this fight so far. I could not be happier with the way that turned out. Use your mutagen. I'm gonna just kind of move over here, I guess. Ember. Okay, you need Protective Luck on Sela now. And just keep cackling. And then 5-foot step this way. This is fine. This is actually going... That was awesome. Finally, something good happened. This might be the time. I just jinxed it. This is not going to be the time. We're going to lose. I already know it now. It's too late. Are we even recording? Okay, good. I didn't check to make sure the video restarted when I did the cut. Okay. It is very good that is recording. I'd be a little bit sad if it wasn't. Alright. So, do we try and blast this one? We could. There's nothing stopping us. Except for the fact that we can't hit anything. That might be stopping us. I just kind of want to throw it out here, developers. You've designed a good encounter. This is a fun encounter. It's hard, but it's fun. And I think it's relatively fair. It's a little, maybe a little bit much, but it's still pretty good. However, the caveat is, your AI is awful in this fight. A lot of the fights in this game, the AI is not too bad. They do kind of what you want them to do. In this particular fight, they are a travesty against the game. Like, they're unbelievably bad. I can't describe how bad they are. Darren, you need to move. And maybe heal? Yeah.
Into the fray!
This isn't exactly what I was hoping for, but fine. That one's gonna die. We're gonna move up to here. There's gonna be a group that spawns here in a couple seconds, and they're gonna ruin our day.
Why not both?
Ember. Okay, we need Protective Luck on Woljif now. I think everyone else has it so far that needs it. And we'll just keep cackling for good measure. If you really want to cheese it up a little bit, you can absolutely get Protective Luck on everyone before the fight even starts. It is totally a thing you can do. It's a bit painful to do, but you can totally do it. Just by using Protective Luck, cackle. Protective Luck, cackle on every player until you finally get them all. What do I want to do here? I don't even know. Let's just shoot one. Yeah, I didn't expect that to work, but it was worth a shot.
I can't die now. It's all your fault.
Woljif, you had Protective Luck. What happened? And now this group is spawned. This is the worst of the group. Well, kind of. They're equally bad in different ways, these two. Let's get more healing out. And that'll be that. We're going to put Freebooter's Bond on that one. And then just do some attacking. And we're going to really hope this works, because otherwise we're screwed. It worked okay. It didn't work great. Now, unfortunately, once he stands up, he's going to get hit. But
Distract them from me.
that's actually okay. Regill, come on, hit. You just needed one hit. Okay, who doesn't? Okay, you have Protective Luck. You don't. What happened to your Protective Luck? Were you out of range of cackle? Don't be out of range of cackle. Always be in the range of cackle. Okay, that's on. That's 6 seconds, that's fine. That's 12 seconds, that's fine. Okay. And that's that. Yay, we killed one. Now, we are taking a ton of bad things right now. Like level drains and stuff. We're just gonna have to suck it up. There's nothing we can do about that. We're gonna redo our haste, I think, now, because I think we're at the last round for haste.
Nice try.
And haste is kind of important. If we can kill this little squad down here, these ones will die pretty easily. It's this squad down here that's going to be a big deal. And they all keep moving away. Stay close so I can hit you all at once. I don't know if we need to heal as a group just yet. Although, what else is he going to do? He could do a Bone Shaker on something, like you. It actually hit. Oh my god, that's the most amazing thing that's ever happened. That was pretty good. We did a pretty good hit there. We finally crit on something. There's still a bunch of gargoyles here, of course, but that was actually not the worst round. Okay.
Time to share your treasure.
That one's dead. Nice. Okay, we still got 2 clerics up here. We still have a surprising amount of alive people. Alright, who doesn't have Protective Luck? You have it. You do too, but it's gonna wear off really soon. But we're gonna re-cackle that up for you, don't worry. Let's give one to... Wait, how's the horse doing? Yeah, it still has it. Can we give it to the Regill? We'll try it. And... Keckle! Everyone now has theirs again. How long does that improve it for? Another 6 seconds, okay. The bone shakers are coming out. How are we doing for, like, negative things? We're blind. Awesome. That's why we're missing so often, by the way. We don't have cure blindness either at the moment, so there's nothing we can do about that. We're just gonna have to hope for the best on our rolls, which really is a terrible strategy for our group. We have atrocious luck. But we killed the High Cleric, so that's good. We're gonna be on last stand, which is fine. I was wondering why we were missing all of our rolls, but now this makes a whole lot more sense. Let's heal everyone up. And we're gonna hit you. Not the worst. That actually was a really good round for us. Like, exceedingly good.
Cover me, alright?
Once we kill... where do we even... Who needs one? You have one. You have one. You have one. The horse has one. Regill might even have one. We'll give one to Yacker. Stay alive, everyone. That's our goal now. I don't know if we're on last stand or not, but I also don't care if we are or not. The archers are just hot trash in this fight, but that's fine. At least they can sometimes soak up some hits for us. We can shoot the hunters. One of them anyways. Let's shoot the one with Lola. We'll make sure we kill one. It's always good to have a guaranteed kill than a maybe kill. Those are annoying, but that's fine. Who's hurt in our group, other than our main character who's very hurt? Let's get him a heal. Nice. Alright, we got him a little bit of health. That one's dead. We only have these ones left. Can we charge? Yes. Charge the... There's no hurt one. Okay, that was solid, I guess.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
We're doing some decent damage. This is it. This is the one. I'm not even jinxing it anymore. It's time. This is a good one. We're good. We'll give the Hell Knights some stuff and we'll cackle everyone. There's only 2 clerics left. They can do their channeling if they want to. It's not going to be enough. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. And do we need haste again? What's our haste situation looking like? 24 seconds. We got lots. My dog got startled and knocked over something, and then got startled by the thing he knocked over, and just like ran away. It was a very weird situation. All right, we got nothing for that one. We're gonna move up, and we're gonna do our own channeling, but ours is gonna be much better. All right, Sela's turn. She's coming up to fight one of them. Doesn't really matter which one. We should maybe do Freebooter's Bane. We'll see. And that's it, finally, we did it. Ah, good job. We even had everyone survive, including our horse. This was actually a really good combat for us. Alright, I'm gonna quick save because that was a long fight and a hard fight, and I don't really want to do it again if we screw up our conversations, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Our conversation can wait. We're gonna do the mobility check first.
This is my kind of work.
And we're gonna grab this loot, which is a Ring of Protection +2. The skeleton of a man wearing armor from the time of the First Crusade. It's holding the skeleton of a child with strange proportions and animal paws instead of its right arm and leg. What are you doing down here? We're still alive. Praise be Sarah and Ray. Oh, right. It's a toss-up, or a throw-up, or throwback to Dark Souls. An homage to Dark Souls. There we go.
keep your calm.
I see. Praise the sun. I gotcha. Regill, let's do this. Regill gracefully stows his weapon and places his hands behind his back. You two, check the area. Mark any potential shelters that offer protection against aerial attacks. Quartermaster, inventory the remnants of the camp. I want to make sure that the gargoyles only abducted people and weren't interested in anything else. Send messengers immediately to our scout squads and order them to return to camp. And I need a full list of casualties. The sooner the better. He turns to you and nods slightly. Commander, your arrival was well timed. Now we can finally talk. I am quite interested in the events that occurred at the Great Garrison, and I suppose you have questions for me as well. What do you want to know about what happened at the Great Garrison? Any shift in the balance of power during this war has a direct impact on my mission. If a new player appears who is capable of fighting demons effectively, then I am ready to support that person with all the resources I have at my disposal. Regill speaks pensively, as if talking for himself, but naturally I cannot blindly trust a stranger, even one marked by the gods. The gods blessed me with an incredible gift, and Queen Gelfrey put me at the head of the crusade. But that's not enough for you, is it? The will of the gods cannot and should not replace our sound judgment, and the whims of the Queen of Mendev are of no consequence at all. Regill stops for a moment, thinking, Is there anything you'd like me to know, or is there anything you'd like to know before we move on to more serious issues? What does Paralictor mean? I am the commander of this unit, and in the Order's hierarchy, I am 2 steps lower than its leader. In the territory of Mendev and the Worldwound, there are few who equal my rank, but I am the most senior Hell Knight officer for many leagues around. What are you going to do now, after the Gargoyle attack? I will wait for my remaining fighters to return. What you see here is only a small part of my forces. As for my long-term plans, that depends on the results of our conversation, Commander. Regill narrows his eyes. Before we move on to serious subjects, I'd like to address an organizational issue regarding my unit. You may wish to be present. Yacker steps forward and salutes with a clenched fist to his chest. Paralictor, permission to report. During the first Gargoyle attack, I determined it necessary to leave my post. I swam over the river, found the commander's army, and asked them to provide assistance. Regill nods. The reinforcements were much needed. You will earn a double salary for your resourcefulness, Yacker, and 100 lashes for abandoning your post. The young knight grows a little pale, but immediately salutes again. Yes, Paralictor. I wonder if it's foolish and overly harsh to punish Yacker for leaving his post when he did it to bring help. It'd be foolish and harsh, but entirely lawful to execute him for desertion. Regill peers at Yacker with his pale yellow eyes. Did you know the location of the commander's squad, Knight? No, Paralictor. I assumed I might meet friendly troops on the other side of the river, but I couldn't know for sure. You see, Commander? Of course, I could be gracious and look the other way, but that would mean that during the next battle, 10 or 20 of my people will think it's high time they ran to get help. Initiative requires reasonable limits. Not to mention, 100 lashes is hardly a punishment for a true Hell Knight. I'd say it's more of a spiritual warm-up. Yacker gives you a serious look. Thank you for your concern, Commander, but I do not wish to evade fair punishment. I wouldn't be a Hell Knight if I did. The Paralictor is the epitome of ruthlessness. The young knight, singly devoted to his ideals. So far, so dull. Or is it? Could it be that our Sir Yacker holds a tundra for his commander? I heard that sort of thing is rampant in the military. What a relief it is to know that such tawdriness could never afflict our valiant crusaders. Darren smirks. Isn't that right, Eltimar? You're not about to foist yourself on some poor lovesick fool who's unlucky enough to be under your command, well, knowing his love is doomed to be unrequited. A fool whose love is doomed to be unrequited. Well, you can't be referring to yourself. Of course not. You may have doomed me to languishing in this army, but fortunately I'm not in love with you. Although... Darren pauses and casts an appraising eye your way, as though seriously considering the prospect. No, still nothing. I'm not in love with you. Everything is so strange. They march in columns through the thicket, even though there's a regular smooth road nearby. Don't even try to figure out how their minds work. You'll make yourself crazy, although I suppose it's a little late for you. Regill, who has watched you closely through the entire conversation, nods to himself. Now for a more delicate issue. You, Commander, were interested in our dispute with the Knights of the Order of the Sunrise Sword, correct? Their forces in Canabra suffered great losses in the demon attack, and now their leader has perished and his troops are in trouble. They are reeling with no command structure. Their order will hardly be able to recover from the losses they've suffered. What are you getting at? These fighters aren't the finest material I've worked with, but if I assume formal command over them, I'll be able to reforge them into weapons of considerable quality. 1 or 2 might even become true Hell Knights. The rest will be put to good use as well. No one but them has the right to decide their fate. Talk to them directly and get your answer. Regill looks at the warriors in white and yellow shifting cheerlessly from one foot to another. Initiates of the Sunrise Sword, your leader is dead. The Order has suffered serious losses and will not be able to recover. You may return to Mendev to join another Crusader Order and hope they don't meet the same fate as the Sunrise Sword. Or you may remain under my command. I will not promise that it'll be easy, or that our war making will be constricted by your principles. What I can promise you this is under my command you will never again feel like helpless mice in the talons of a ravenous raptor. Does that mean we've worked off the precious resources you spent on us? The water, medicine, and bandages? Yells one of the knights in white and yellow. I wouldn't make such an offer if I thought you were useless garbage. The initiates of the Sunrise Sword consult with each other for a time. Then one of them, a young woman in knight's armor, steps forward. Thank you for your trust, Paralictor. We will stay and are ready to obey your orders. Fine. In due course, I will review your troops and make any necessary decisions regarding your role in my unit. Regill turns to me. And now, Commander, for the most important issue, cooperation between our forces. We do have a common enemy and a common battlefield. I have a perception check that I passed. You're looking at me strangely, Paralictor. When we discussed a Yakker's punishment and when we were deciding the fate of the Sunrise Sword, it's as if you're testing me. Regill lowers his head in a gesture that might be read as respectful. I do not believe I made any attempt to conceal my interest in you, both as a new strong leader in the region and as the bearer of a highly unusual power. Of course I would like to know what's inside your head. One could say that it's my duty. My army and I are going to Dresden to free the city from demons. You can join forces with us. Regill rubs his chin pensively. Dresden, an ambitious goal, but most reasonable. Imagine how such a victory would rally all the separate bands of today's Crusaders under one banner. And we certainly need a base of operations inside the World Wound. I stand ready to support you. Moreover, I can accompany you in your campaign. However, I would remind you that the Hell Knights are outside of Mendev's jurisdiction. My unit and I will join your forces and obey your orders, but only for as long as I deem that our goals coincide. I like his eyes. They're still bright. Neither the darkness nor the paleness has taken them. For now. Hell no, we don't need the likes of these black armored statues. I don't want to fight side by side with someone who will slit my throat if I'm weak and wounded. You can't defeat one evil by inviting an equal but slightly more organized evil into your ranks. Slightly more organized than demons? I should consider that an insult. It's a deal. Yes, Commander, my forces and Regill Derange are at your disposal. He's not coming with us in our group, but I like Regill, and he's a cool character, and I'm bringing him along.
There are many
So we've already done the mobility check, and I think that, oh, we should probably dismiss our grease spell now that everyone's already fallen down.
No reason to pause.
There we go. Let's put Sela back on her horse. She fell off. That was worth a bunch of experience, too. But not enough to level us, of course. We are relatively good leveled for where we're at, I think. I'm gonna call it a video here. I know it's not the longest video, but it actually took quite a long time to get that fight down. Each attempt takes quite a bit of time, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, to be honest. And then in the next video, we're gonna do Leper's Smile. It's a fun area, but also kind of annoying at the same time. Oh, there's a zone transition down there. We could have just gone that way. Well, live and learn. We're already up here anyways. Walking back would take just as long, if not longer, than it already has to get up here. Let's take a quick look at the world map, see if there's any army battles we can do, and then we'll call it done. We are not capable of doing any army battles, so I think we're going to call it right here. In the next video, we're going to go do Leper Smile. We're also going to try and get our... Where's this army? Is that the Hell Knights? Yes, there's a Hell Knight army here. That's where we're currently at, the Reliable Redoubt. There is a 7 army down there we know about, but we could maybe do the level 4 army. If we bring our army back here, we could probably rest there for a turn. And we can do Chili Creek. Maybe we'll do Chili Creek before we do Leper's Smile. We'll go to Chili Creek, we'll meet Jernog, and we'll do all that stuff. For now, I will leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time. Take care.